And him.
All right.
Hi.
It's time for
Wish I
Bollocks.
was.
I
Right.
might cancel the show right now. I'm pissed.
You're pissed.
I'm pissed. And I can't understand how you're that smart. All right, we're in the Bollocks. This
Where are we?
evening's
Where
show.
are we? Blake, where are we?
Bozard Ford Studio.
Thank you so very much.
All right. Let me calm down.
Please.
Gosh, some of the things.
Blake, grab the bourbon, quick.
For over 75 years, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been a trusted name in St. Augustine, built on family values, honesty, and doing things the right way. With over 1,200 vehicles to choose from, no surprise pricing, and a drive-happy guarantee, Bozard makes car buying simple and stress-free. That's the Bozard difference. Their state-of-the-art facility featuring 91 climate-controlled service bays and a quick lane for no appointment maintenance, over 40 mobile service vans to serve at your convenience. The Ford's Garage restaurant is located right there on site, so you can grab one of those Jiffy Burgers. Just off I-95 and State Road 16, Bozard Ford Lincoln, they're driven to inspire.
That's not going to work. Looking for classic diner food done right? Anastasia Diner and Moultrie Creek Diner are local favorites serving up home-style comfort with generous portions. Start your day with a hubcap-sized pancake or made-to-order omelets, or stop in later for juicy burgers and crispy fries that always hit the spot. Known for friendly service and a welcoming atmosphere, these diners are perfect for lunch, breakfast, dinner, and a laid-back meal, not dinner, a laid-back meal with family and friends. You go for dinner, you're going to be cooking it yourself after you break in and get arrested for breaking and entering. So go for breakfast or lunch. And try one of their special omelets, because they're excellent. Anastasia and Moultrie Creek Diner. Tell them Andy sent you. Confused? I am.
All right, here we go. A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing. For over 20 years, A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing has been protecting homes and businesses across St. Augustine and St. Johns County, specializing in shingle, metal, tile, and flat roofing. A to Z delivers quality craftsmanship built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. From free estimates to long-term warranties, their team puts customer satisfaction first on every job. When it comes to experience, reliability, and results you can trust, start at the top. A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing, covering you from the top down. All right. We have other
fabulous sponsors.
Incredible sponsors. Brightway Insurance, St. Augustine Pirate and Treasury Museum, St. Anastasia Construction Group, Synergy Power Solutions, Abear Kresge and Associates, Powell Heating and Air, Me Hands, busy today. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Drove by there. They were blocking the road. A to Z Construction, A.D. Davis Construction, sorry. St. Augustine Distillery and City Gate Spirits. Appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you.
I think that one's for this one. This one's for this one. All right. Is that one that one?
It's not the clip I'm worried about.
What's that? Oh.
I'll take this and
Oh,
this.
those two go together. I got you.
that.
I'm gonna leave everything with you.
There you go. Thank you.
All right. So we had a very heated discussion before the show, and I don't even know if we can go into this topic because
Censorship. It's everywhere.
yeah, well, it's friendship is what I'm worried about.
Okay, fine.
So friendship is what I'm worried about. So which
That's
is
all
more
right.
which is more important than
I brought a fallback. Foreign visitors to the U.S. Don't you worry. I hedge my bets.
I think we go and bring down the room a little bit. The topic that we had was on air. Blake, what did you post up?
So titles I had for today was TDS, Waldorf Astoria, and yelling! Exclamation point.
Yeah, there was lots of yelling. Lots of yelling.
Let's start with that one.
If you can't see how my blood pressure is skyrocketing and the red in my face because I just we have differing worlds that we're thinking in.
And I'm trying to protect yours from Maeve. You got a kid to worry about. You got kids to worry about. Blake,
do not and never do that again, Lenny.
What?
Don't bring Maeve into any of our discussions or arguments at that point.
Into as well. Children everywhere.
He's a grown man, but don't bring Maeve into an argument of my ability to protect my child.
I'm not worried about your ability whatsoever. I know that
I'm
you will.
cautioning you to stop right now.
Okay.
Okay, because
right.
I love you like a brother, and I want to make sure that you understand that that's a line I will never cross.
I know how protective you are. Yeah, I do.
Waldorf Astoria.
And his partner Statler. Get out of the balcony, boys. Get out of the balcony.
We are Statler and Waldorf today.
That's
so
for damn sure.
It's things that could go very sideways
Off
very
the
quickly
rails.
with the other topics. So we're going to stay away from that one because it did before the show. Waldorf Astoria, you're a New York guy.
I am.
All right.
Been in the building.
You've been in the building. The building that you've been in has been there since 1931.
Okay, I would have said earlier, but okay.
Okay. Where the building was at first
Right.
was, do you know where it was?
No, I know it's on Park Avenue now.
Yeah, it's on Park Avenue now.
Yeah. No, I'm not
It
quite
was
sure.
on 33rd Street.
Oh, okay. Over right where Penn Station?
Empire
Yeah.
State Building.
Yeah.
It was on the ground that the Empire State Building was at.
Okay.
I learned that today.
So they moved the Waldorf Astoria and built the Empire State Building there.
Yes.
Okay.
So William Waldorf Astor and
Had some money behind him.
John Jacob Astor, they're cousins, the
Right.
fourth,
Right.
the one who
Didn't die on the Titanic.
I thought he did. He did. No,
Well,
this
yeah,
is the one that did.
Oh, okay, fine.
This
yeah,
is the
okay.
one that did. He's like, let's take a cruise.
Right. What could go wrong?
Yeah, it's unsinkable.
You need ice for your drink? We get some.
It's unsinkable. A little too close.
Too soon for all that?
All right. So they had competing hotels side by side.
Okay.
And when they sold the property, to, I think it was who was the head of GE at the time? I think because Chrysler had the tallest building, the head of GE's like, screw that. I'm building the Empire State Building.
Was this the guy who has his house at Washington Oaks Park? Because that was the president. That was the president of General Electric. Was the guy? His wife was one of the first female billionaires because she had lace coming out. I mean, sorry for the tangent.
Yeah.
But lace coming out of the Philippines, and she created that into money for herself.
importing.
And her husband was the guy who was the president of GE, and I'm pretty sure. And they have the place down in Washington Oaks. And
I'm gonna pull up my iPad here.
he used to sit on the side of the road and sell oranges.
Yeah, but so in 29 they demoed the Waldorf Astoria, rebuilt it on Park Avenue, and that's where it became. Well, there was two hotels there. So John and Waldorf, both named Astor. That's the Astoria part of it.
Right.
Were competing against each other. Waldorf built his first. John Jacob built another one, which was the largest hotel at the time, right beside it. And then there's a marble walkway that connects the two called Peacock Alley.
Right, and that's the name of a restaurant there. Absolutely.
Is that the name of the restaurant
That's
at
the
the
name
new place?
that's the name of the restaurant. Oh,
Is
I know
there-
about
is
the new
there-
places, but Peacock Alley was a restaurant in the original Waldorf Astoria. And
Which original one, though? The one
34th
at
Street.
Yeah, the one
34th
on
Street.
the one on 33rd Street.
No,
on Park.
The one on Park, which is in the
Okay. Yeah, because the originals were
46ish, give or take.
Yeah, the original of these two were two separate, and then when they moved, they came together, and that's the one.
Right, that's on.
That's
Park,
the one we. That's
Park
the one we
in
know.
the, in the low 40s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one we know now.
correct.
But I didn't realize that it was within the same family. I thought Waldorf was a different fammy.
Then the
But his
than the,
name,
Astors.
his last name, his name was William Waldorf Astor.
Okay.
I knew John. I knew the Astoria came from Astor.
Okay.
Okay.
That
John,
I didn't.
John Jacob the Fourth, the one who
Right. Went down with the ship.
wasn't very buoyant.
Right.
He could have fit on the door. But
So could have Jack for all that matters.
yeah. Well, John Jacob. I mean, they called him Jack.
Right. See? It's all coming together now.
Yeah, they called him Jack. So, but I was looking up Empire State Building. Empire.
And yes, Washington Oaks Garden State Park is directly related to General Electric because the property was purchased in 1936-37 as a winter retreat by owner Owen D. Young, who was chairman of the board of General Electric and founder of RCA. He and his wife Louise developed the gardens before donating it to the state of Florida, and his wife was quite successful in her very own right. So I knew there was a connection between the chairman of GE and that property. Cute little house.
Yeah. But as I'm looking it up right now, the Empire State Building Art Deco skyscraper was built in 30 to 31 during the Great Depression, designed by Shreve, Lamb, and Harmon, standing 1,454 feet, the tallest building for nearly 40 years, serving as a symbol of American resilience. See if I can get to the ownership. and the reason behind it, because you know the mooring on the top.
Right, for Zeppelins.
Okay, yeah.
Or dirigibles.
They knew it was never for Zeppelins.
Right.
But that's how they got it past code. When I
They just need it to be taller.
when I hear that story,
Right.
it sounds like something I would do
Right.
because it's a hole in their system.
Right.
And I like to utilize that.
Right. Exploit
So-
exploit the loopholes.
Yeah. Yeah. Though it was rarely used. It was never used. So
No,
I'm
not
trying
once?
to find the ownership. No, there was no way to get off of it.
That's what I was always wondering.
There's no way to get off the.
Well, it's like when the Hindenburg moored in Lakehurst, you had to shimmy down a rope ladder or something to get off of the thing. It wasn't like there was a jetway or a ladders
I
going
thought
up to it.
they lowered it down
To the
by
ground?
ropes.
They
They
might
lowered
have.
it down
They
by
might have
ropes.
brought it down.
Is
Okay.
what I.
Well, not that one. Right.
What I've seen. Well,
that one, boom.
that one. Surprisingly, a few people actually passed away in that. It was only like 30 people.
Yeah. But the humanity. Oh, the humanity.
Yeah. Oh, it was a huge
It was a
story.
big fireball. Yeah, oh, yeah.
So I'm trying to find the ownership of the original because it
Empire
was
State
something.
Building?
It was something that was happening between Chrysler and GM. I'm sorry, I said GE. It's actually GM. General
Oh, okay.
Motors.
Well, then pay no attention to Washington Oaks.
Yeah. Sorry, I said G. I did say GE. It was between Chrysler and GM. And I was trying to figure out who was the one because
Was it the DuPont family, the Empire State Building?
yeah, that might have been it. Were they heavy in GM at the time?
It didn't look like it, but they were headed by it was built by Empire State Inc. They're founded by corporation headed by John J. Raskob, Pierre S. DuPont, and former New York Governor
Al Smith.
Yeah. So, but did say John J. Raskob was a financier at DuPont and GM.
Okay. And GM. Okay, so there's the GM connection.
Right.
So he
Has
wanted
nothing to do with General Electric.
Yeah, he wanted to snub his nose at the Chrysler building, and that's where it was at. But I did not know when I was looking at the Empire State Building, I was actually looking at Waldorf Astoria, that the first two hotels of the cousins that were competitors was the ground that the Empire State Building was on. So, as a New Yorker, I mean, did you know that story at all?
That's where the Waldorf Astoria was originally? No, not at all.
Yeah.
No,
So I mean,
did not.
I don't feel, I don't feel as left out of
Right.
my historic roots. If you didn't know that,
No.
so
No. What is amazing, though, is the Empire State Building was built between 1930 and 1931, and they got that thing done in a year, or a year and a half, and that's pretty impressive because it opened in May of 31.
Yeah,
So-
I'm pretty much sure permitting in New York City was much more easier at the time compared to now, and especially compared to City of St. Augustine.
I'm pretty sure they weren't telling him no.
Did you mention former Governor Al Smith?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they
That
weren't
might
telling.
be very
they weren't
helpful.
telling
Where
the
to this
governor
day, one of the most
no.
powerful dinners in the world is the Al Smith dinner.
So.
You know,
All right, but Waldorf Astoria. One of the Blake will appreciate this. One of the things that they created, Blake, which is one of your favorite things in the entire world, room service.
Okay.
Blake loves some room service.
nothing wrong with that.
So,
But I definitely feel like room service is much more better with dessert than actual dinner. I would say get a slice of cake or a slice of pie or like
room service pizza is the worst.
No, it's
Yeah.
awful. It's awful.
So,
But that's my thoughts about it. So I definitely know a lot of people have certain feelings about room service though. But the worst thing though about other hotel charges, please don't tell me that they invented the please don't tell me they invented the mini bar upcharge.
no, I don't think so. The
That's the
little
worst.
little weighing things that
That's
they
the
have.
worst.
That's because if you go into somebody's room and you don't like them, you just hip check the refrigerator, and all of a sudden it's
Yeah.
$75.
Yeah, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, just hip check the refrigerator.
So, all right. So reason I was looking up this is obviously we're looking to the downtown
brand,
property as possibly being a Waldorf. There are 34 of them. Have you ever stayed at a Waldorf?
I have not, but they've, in my opinion, diminished the brand by nothing personal, no offense, by taking it and using licensing the name instead of keeping the cachet of the standalone palace that it is.
Well, they started that a long time ago, though.
Yeah, no, I
That was-
understand that.
that was-
It's
that was
everybody.
dec- that was
It's
decades
economics.
ago. That was decade. I mean, I think they started that before I was even born. So, but I just found that very interesting, that New York piece of history that I didn't know. And I always like to bring trinkets to the table that are light and not argumentative.
Right. Well, okay. It's Tuesday. I only get a half a day a week.
Yeah, but you dug deep in. So
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it was pretty deep, Lenny.
you dug deep in, Lenny. I can tell you this, Julie would have kicked you.
War. What is it good for?
I agree.
Absolutely nothing.
Right.
Say it again.
Well, no, they're necessary wars.
Some of them are.
Necessary wars.
Not quite sure that this one is.
War between the states, necessary.
Absolutely.
All right.
Obviously, World War II, necessary. World War I, necessary.
Right.
You know, so they're
Right.
definitely, and it's dependent on whose view
Exactly.
whose window you're looking out of.
As my mother would say,
So
it
if
depends
you're-
on whose
if-
ox is being gored.
If you're a particular gender
Yeah.
in the country that we're talking about,
Yes.
and you're looking out the window, you're probably scared out of your mind, but still thankful I might actually get a life.
And
So-
my question is, how's that working in Afghanistan?
Yeah. Oh,
Seriously, it's a serious question. You know, the Taliban's back in, and women, are subjugated once again. It was unsuccessful. You're not fighting. You're fighting a religious issue, not necessarily a social issue.
Well, Afghanistan, here's the difference, in my opinion. And my opinion in this topic really doesn't mean a whole lot. The difference, in my opinion, is Iran was a flourishing
Absolutely.
country, a beautiful country
Yep.
in the 1970s. After 79, women were, there's no other word
Subjugated.
for it. They were subjugated. I mean, their lives are below.
Right. They have no control over their own destiny.
I mean, I don't want to say the word slave, but their quality of life is not much better than that, if even better than that.
Now, I don't know if it's as drastic in Iran as it is in Afghanistan.
Well, it's hard to tell because the media
Right.
on both sides is so terrible, and that's one of the. I have coming in Sunday morning. I have Brandon Patty coming in,
Right.
so he's an expert in that field. So I want him to regurgitate to me, and his unit where he was at in Bahrain is one of the ones that got bombed.
Right.
So I want to get his perspective as a high-ranking official, not coming from the media, not coming from anyone else.
Someone who was there.
Coming from directly from, he was there last year. So, that's kind of why I want to have him come in to because you don't know what we don't know, and we can't trust what we're hearing because whoever hates the Orange Man is going to roll it one way. Whoever loves the Orange Man is going to roll it the other way. And the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. So, so I'm talking to one of our sponsors who's trying to figure out something there. So sorry about that.
No.
So I'm distracted.
Yeah, no. Before 79, Persian culture was, that's where society or civilization started in Mesopotamia and the Tigris and Euphrates, the cradle of civilization, as they call it. So to see it have gone the way it did it's a little disconcerting. And it should be a cautious warning for theocracies any place else, including here. So, it's just, it's hard. You can't mock somebody's religion and you can't question their faith and their values. But,
I clearly would not mock anyone's religion because I am an agnostic through and through because I think there's bits and pieces of every religion that make sense, and there's bits and pieces of every religion that completely sounds like a fairy tale. And if I offended anyone with that statement, that was not my intent. But if you really want to have a theological discussion with me, I enjoy those because I'm gonna probably make you scratch your head the same way I scratch my head every day, going, "How is that? How do they believe that?" And,
that's the question.
And that's with the difference with Muslim religion, and it wasn't always this way, because Christianity and the Crusades
we're not nice.
they're not clean.
Right? No.
They're not clean. Israel has not always been clean, and the Jewish religion has not always been clean.
Well,
But
can I
the
stop you there for one
Muslim
second?
right now. Yes, go ahead.
There needs to be a differentiation between Judaism and Israel.
Yeah.
And that's where
Agreed.
it gets conflated and becomes really problematic. Israel
but
is
it is
a
a
nation
country-
state.
Yeah.
It is, but it's also a secular
It's a
state.
country that was created
Right.
for that religion.
Correct, but
You
it
know,
is
so
since-
so that's, I mean, you can't really separate the two. I understand where you're coming from with that, but that country was 100% created
Right.
for Judaism.
Well, as a result of the Holocaust, and it was like these people need a safe place to be able to live and what's the word I'm looking for? Practice their religion.
Yeah.
And basically it was going back to the theoretical homeland. It wasn't like they threw a dart on the map and said, hey, there's some dry sand here, let's put them there. I mean, they kind of started there. And then wandered around for 40 years in a bunch of deserts and lost a tribe here, lost a tribe there, and came back together.
Yeah.
So,
And I have no problem with Muslims. I have a problem with fanatical and radical Muslims that lead with all infidels should be dead. Not just death to America. They want all infidels
right,
dead.
anybody who's not them.
Yeah, anybody who's not them needs to be dead. And there's no
But let me...
there's no way I get behind and support them over what my country's doing, even if my country is wrong.
Okay, but now let me ask you a question independent of that last statement. Everybody's leaving the Eastern religions alone. I mean, nobody's going after necessarily the Hindus. Well, that's intramural. The Hindus and the Sikh and the Muslims. They're fighting their own stuff over there.
I haven't heard them threaten
right.
the American people.
No, or anybody. But
Yeah.
but you've got a tremendous amount of religions that have nothing to do with the Abrahamic religions, the Judeo-Christian religions. They're minding their own business over
Buddhism, yeah.
Buddhism,
But
Sikhism, Taoism.
But the problem is the radical Islamics are not minding their own business.
No.
They're out to hurt our country. Our country is the strongest country in the world, and you can't go around threatening death to America, and we're coming here, especially to a guy who is looking to flex his muscles and to flex his place in history.
Oh, so he's getting there.
He missed, and we won't know how he's going to play out.
Right.
So
we won't know what's going to happen tomorrow at this point.
We don't know because the first Islamic war with the United States was under Thomas Jefferson.
The Barbary Coast.
The Barbary Coast.
Sure.
And what did he do? He sent the Navy
over.
The
Marines, right?
He sent the Marines over and the Navy over there and just squashed them. All right. His enemies were like, "Oh, he's a horrible human being." They didn't have social media then, thank goodness.
Right, exactly. And it was a lot easier to do that stuff.
Our country wouldn't be a country probably today if we had a. I mean, we're going through a lot of turmoil of digging and grabbing at each other without knowing the facts. But my side of it is, even if my team's doing the things wrong, they're still my team. And I don't have a problem with people questioning it, but I do have a problem with people taking the other side. And that's where my gap begins. And a lot of the institutions are, waving Iranian flags and things like that. And that to me,
that's a little,
I'm sorry,
that's a little unpatriotic.
That's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be on that team no matter what happens.
But let's come back to the fact that for the last 47 years, since 1979 and the Islamic Revolution, their bumper stickers have all said "Death to America." How's that working out for them? In 47 years, they say it every day. They scream it. They march in the streets. They burn effigies of every president we have. It hasn't happened.
Well, I don't know, and I know what your argument's going to be as soon as I make this statement. I don't know where they're at on their nuclear capabilities, but I do know for one thing, I don't want it in the hands of the group that's in charge of Iran.
Well, now you and I could be in charge of Iran.
Yeah, we don't know.
Nobody's in charge of that.
We don't
that's
know
part
who's
of the
there.
problem. That's part of the problem as well. And that makes it. Well, fortunately, they don't necessarily, in theory, have a nuke. So that makes it a little bit easier for the because then you know with the we'll call them professional leaders of the country who've been doing this for years. You know, the Ayatollah was there since 81 or something like that. You know, he'd been there for 40 some odd years. You know, these are people that, you know, they may scream death to America, but they realize that the consequences of their actions the repercussions would be devastating for their country. So there was some, you know, restraint.
Then why didn't they follow the guidelines that were set in front of them
As far as
on their development of nuclear weapons?
they did until Donald Trump withdrew from the nuclear agreement. 2018, he pulled us out of it. They were following.
Why didn't Biden get us back in it? He had 4 years, and he
Don't
had
know. Can't
and he
answer
had
that.
the Senate, and he had the because it was a bad deal.
No idea. Apparently, from everything I've been reading, they were following the protocols, and there was constant.
That we know of.
That
no
we know,
one,
right.
no one was really checking.
Well, supposedly they were, and they were
Okay.
meeting, and they were meeting all the. I have it over here. They were meeting.
The criteria.
Yeah, exactly. He pulled out. Trump pulled out in 2015.
Yeah. So I mean, like, and when I hear things about, and I've heard that argument about
No,
20,
in 2018, he pulled us out.
2018.
Right. Yeah.
So there was 4 full years.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 of those years, he had control of both sides.
Okay.
Why didn't he do something about it if it was that bad of a deal?
Were they doing? You know, I mean, they probably were, but were they doing
I don't think
nuclear
he.
development?
And here's the thing, and like I said, I wish Biden as president when he was president would not have been the same Biden as president 20 years earlier.
Of course not.
I think Biden got to his job, became president, and was like, "Wow, it's good to be president."
Right.
And he didn't do a
Let's
damn.
get some ice cream.
He didn't do a damn thing.
yeah.
And during that whole time, I believe this is when some of that buildup took place. And I don't know enough about the agreement. I know enough about government to know that there's good and bad deals, and their bad deals are usually 2 paragraphs on page 38. Bless you.
Right.
Thank you.
On page 38. So I don't know what those 2 paragraphs on page 38 that made Trump go, no, screw this, or what his reasoning was, if there was a paycheck on the backside of it, or how it works, because that's usually a part of it too.
For him, for sure.
Well, it's for everybody who's there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Whether the paycheck's coming to him or coming to the government, there's always
Well,
a
Be nice if it's coming to the government.
there's always money involved, whether it's legit or not. There's always money involved.
Right.
You know, but if it was such a bad situation, why didn't? And we don't have to start with Trump. Reagan was so focused on Russia, he wasn't keeping an eye
that
on
was
it.
the truth but verify. Right.
He got his satisfaction when the hostages were released. They were afraid of him. Then he didn't do anything.
Right.
You know, he was considered the winner of the Cold War, but
Yeah, he tore down the wall. Yeah.
he really built up the arms, but he never used them.
And wait, hold on.
There's
And one thing about Iran, Dan Reagan, you want to mention, didn't Iran Contra happen around that time as well? And thank you all the North.
It happened towards the tail end of his presidency, and that was more George H.W. Bush
right. CIA boy.
than Reagan.
Right.
So
And that was right. Oliver North, who was saying, you know, we got to give them missiles. We got to get them the guns that they need. We got to get them the weapons they need. And now Oliver North is going, we can't give them guns. We can't, you know, he's done a complete, 180 as well.
Yeah.
So he's still kicking around little Ollie North. And did he die? No.
I don't think so.
Still alive.
Still alive.
Okay. So I never do a Deadpool.
But then we go to H.W.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to do anything with Iran. He knew what he did.
Yeah.
So he wasn't going to do anything there. Right. Then we go to Clinton. Clinton, I think, kind of threw a couple little barbs at him, but just kind of let them do their thing because money was involved,
Right.
and how it was going to affect the Strait of Hormuz.
Right.
You know, to me, that is the oil is secondary, in my opinion. I know people are complaining about gas prices, and that's an inflated number that should not be
and
affected.
it's artificial.
It's 100%
It's
artificial.
We have more oil. I mean, you listen to the president, the third word out of his mouth on every press conference, we have all the oil in the world. We don't need that oil. It's for everybody else we're worried about.
Then why not regulate the gas? Then why not get Congress to regulate the gas prices then?
Good answer. Good question.
Well, there's criterias there, and I don't think it's met that threshold yet. And that's the way I've read it. And it's at the threshold, then they're going to take action. I don't know what that is. The threshold $6 a gallon, or what is that?
The threshold
I don't know
closer,
what that number.
Closer to the election.
Yeah,
is where that threshold is.
And Blake and I were talking about this. If the gas prices stay where they're at and they don't get below $3 before the midterms, the Democrats are going to clean up. So they're absolutely going to clean up.
And and you're getting such mixed messages because Trump is saying as soon as we stop this, not really a war, that he's calling a war. Then the gas prices will come way, way down, and they'll be lower than before this started.
All right,
and then you have the Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright's going, the gas and oil prices are not coming down that fast, even when this issue stops. So, who are you going to listen to?
And Barbara Jean, he wasn't saying the same thing in the 80s. So I'm sorry, I got to disagree with you on that one, on what Trump was saying, because he was concerned about oil prices. And he wanted no conflict. He wanted it to be a non-confrontational Middle East when he was doing his building and doing what he was doing.
And he also, when he was running for president this term, he was talking about no, we're going to stay out of nation building. We're not going to do regime change. We're not going to get into foreign conflicts. America first. We're not going to do this.
And that's where I'm saying history will either be extremely kind to him, or will be extremely hard on him.
Right.
And we don't know which way that's going to play.
He's not done yet,
Because when Eisenhower was helping in 59 in Cuba,
right?
He had a lot of backing. And right now, that didn't seem like a good position. Actually, 3 years later, it didn't feel like a good position to be in. So
Eisenhower was supporting not the communist regime; he was supporting Batista, I would think.
No. He actually was secretly helping
supplying Castro.
Yeah, supplying stuff to Castro.
Okay,
but I mean, he got Batista got the hell out of there, but Batista didn't. You notice Batista didn't come to the U.S.
No, where did he end up going?
Somewhere in Europe, I believe.
Okay, well.
So somewhere in Europe. Blake, can you check that? Where Batista was exiled, but it wasn't really exiled, but
right. He left. Right,
yeah.
he ran.
Escaped to
Fulgencio. I like saying that.
Yeah, but
Portugal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Europe.
All right.
Tip of Europe.
Right, just at the beginning.
Yeah, right.
He couldn't get that far. He ran out of gas before he got to Spain.
Yeah.
So.
No.
Yeah. It's
okay, and Barbara Jean, be careful with the videos you're watching because 90% of the stuff out there is AI.
Nowadays, you can't. You literally unless you see it in front of you with your own eyes.
Yeah.
You've got to parse everything nowadays because nothing's
I think
real.
everybody in our studio has brought a video to our group, and including Blake, and we've had to be able to debunk it. So be cautious of the videos because my AI hound dog in there is pretty good at it. So, but I mean, there's so many false information. Just, I mean,
more and more.
Well, it's funny, not funny because this is the reality of it.
Right.
It's not just trickled from the federal government, state government, local government. It is such, and I'm not talking.
It's pervasive.
I'm not talking bad information. I'm talking intentionally falsifying information. And that is happening on both sides. It's happening at federal, state, and local level. And, a lot of times people ask my opinion and I just go, I don't know. Because I just don't have, and it's the same way I look at religion. I'm smart enough to know I don't know that. And
I'm available for a conversation anytime any of you want to come down and deign me with it.
I'm
please.
Smart enough to know I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the reason I like I said, if you're Christian, good. If you're Catholic, which is Christianity also, but great. If you're Jewish, great. If you're Muslim, great. If you're Hindu, great. I can tell you this, my funeral will look like the United Nations.
Like the Push Coalition?
Yeah, because
There you go.
I can tell you, I am non-discriminative of my friends and non-discriminative of religion. Now, I have a lot of Christian friends that are constantly saying, how do you say all these Christian-like things and not be Christian? I said, they're good people
Right.
that aren't necessarily Christians. I'm saying what a common sense good person would say.
Right. Proverbial golden rule.
So,
right.
And real quick about the misinformation side of things, I know we maybe talk about like international and national issues, like they're on the state, but like we've heard like a lot of like misinformation stuff coming from like especially here at the local level. I mean, it means also to be expected because it keep popping up this stuff. If we keep looking at local news feeds like on Facebook, but misinformation is just everywhere, but I'm not really sure if people understand the misinformation that's happening at this local level as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, like you sent me something the other day that said the board that I'm sitting on made a decision because of this. No, I was there.
Right. See?
I was there.
Right.
And the whole reason that that particular thing got denied was never listed in that article, but it was an article to disparage one candidate and boost up another candidate.
Yeah.
And it was purposeful and false. And and that's the bad part about politics.
It's going to get worse.
It stops being a part of what's best for our community, what's best for our state, and what's best for our government, and more about what's best for our party, what's best for our ability to keep power. And when you're doing it for the ability to keep power, you end up losing the whole point of our country.
There needs to be an altruism meter for people going into politics to prove that they're altruistic and they're not in it for themselves. They're in it for the proverbial greater good.
Well, I think the greatest thing that we did was 2 terms on a president.
Yes, absolutely.
And I wish we had that on senators.
Yep.
And a maximum of 8 years on a House of Representatives.
Yep. Yeah.
So
because after 12 years,
12 years as a senator, you haven't got your shit done.
Right.
Then you need to go.
Right.
8 years as a House of Representatives, you go back home and get on the farm the way it was intended to be. So
there's something interesting going on over in Rome right now.
And it needs to be local, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it is at the state level, but it's not at the county commission level, and it's not at any of the city levels that I'm aware of in our area.
Well, you need to bring in people with fresh ideas, fresh energy, who haven't been corrupted by the system, And again, the money in politics today is seductive at a lot of levels. I don't necessarily know how much on the local level, but maybe. I would hope not.
Some of these county commission seats, they're raising $350,000.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for that.
I mean that to me is that changes the dynamic, of their decision making, in my opinion.
Yeah, I had 2 fundraisers in my 8 years of elected office. Made $10,000 in each one of them, and it carried me through both 4-year terms, and that was sufficient. And basically, that money was to support the community going to the Crystal Ball or the Temple Emmanuel dinner dance or whatever else was there that I enjoyed very much participating in, the Chamber of Commerce dinner dance, things of that nature. Got a lot of tuxedos out of it because I had to wear a lot of tuxedos. One of them might almost fit now, but I don't think so. But the interesting thing is,
mine has an elastic.
See, that's what I needed. Yeah, the little
clips.
Yep. Peter Thiel. Know who he is? And I know Blake does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I saw a picture of him. I saw a picture of him yesterday, and it was nothing what I expected him to look like. And I don't think it was a very flattering picture, in all fairness, as well.
But Lenny, it is so unflattering. I do not want to post a picture of him up on screen right now.
That's fine. No reason to.
Here, I'm going to try and find it.
But he's in Rome, giving a lecture adjacent to the Vatican, without the Vatican participating in this, mind you, on his thought of who the Antichrist is. He's doing a whole series of lectures on the Antichrist. And he is making a case now that the Antichrist may not be an individual, but may be a component of society, and he's leaning toward AI, of all people. So it's kind of really interesting there. And the Vatican is keeping a hands-off approach to this, fortunately.
Well, and here's the thing that I question, and this might be a Troy's 2 cents because I don't understand this. in our society, there's always a feeling that if there's a good, there has to be an evil.
No, that's a
And
natural balance.
I don't believe that's true, and
Okay.
I don't believe that that's the way it has to be. I believe certain people have a victim mentality, and certain people have a hero mentality. I think those are the two thought processes. Like, okay, I'm gonna get out there. And I'm very, very fortunate in my brain. I'm like, I mean, you guys have seen my brain work off screen even more than anyone else out there. And you understand, like, if I see something, I want to fix it, and I'm going to actually take action, and it doesn't matter, you can hold me back if you want to, but feel free to be drug along.
Right.
And I never knew what Theo looked like. I just knew he was a PayPal guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And something else. He did something else too.
The big one is Palantir.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's only slightly scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the AI service that the most government contractors use to possibly help surveil on our citizens.
And that's interesting because he's alluding to the fact that AI may be the Antichrist.
That's what I'm saying. Here he is. This is
That's
his
cognitive,
company.
cognitive dissonance, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he's digging so deep into it. Are his fears real?
He knows better than most, I would think.
I mean, guys like this, an absolute insane person in the 1890s who was probably the most brilliant man on earth was Tesla.
Yes.
Yes. And
was he from the Earth?
I don't know.
That's the question we need to have answered.
It's Theo. I don't know.
Don't know.
So, I assume I am. I mean, my mom said that I am.
So, that you were Earthborn.
Yeah,
okay.
that I was Earthborn. So I mean, and that's
and not to say that he may or may not be right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an expectation that there may be, getting back to religiosity, another prophet or two kicking around, because there's a couple of religions and theories that Moses and Jesus, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, and you can keep going and keep going.
John was from the Mormon Church. John Smith.
Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith.
Were all a succession of prophets that just came when there was a need for them in society or civilization at that crux in time, and that's where they came, and that's it. And I think it might be the Baha'i faith, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Baha'i that believes in the series of prophets, unless it's Zoroastrianism. I keep trying to figure out what Zoroastrianism is, and it's I get confused quickly. But there could be an expectation that there will be somebody else who will come and be a prophet for the times that we're in now or future times, and it's going to be interesting to see if and when.
Well, how wrong do you think we are? And this is a very broad question I'm about to ask. The Greeks and Romans believed in a completely different set of gods. Vikings believed in a completely different set of gods.
May I interject for 1 second?
Yes.
Their gods had different nomenclature, but they each served the same situation. There was a god of the underworld
they created a god on things they didn't understand.
Correct. And they each had one for that, whatever that division was, whether it was for the god of the messenger or the supreme god, whether it was Jupiter or Juno, So they had similar roles, they just had different nomenclature.
But all of them were mostly created from fears of things they didn't understand.
Trying to explain something
trying to explain something.
Exactly.
And an elder was like, "Hey, let's call him Hermes."
Big fan of Bacchus.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, we're fairly certain the Romans were not right. We're fairly certain the Greeks were not right.
Yeah.
We're fairly certain the Vikings were not right. Not the Minnesota Vikings, always right. Barbara
Love you, Barbara Jean.
The other Vikings.
Right.
The other Vikings.
The real ones.
They got Kyler Murray.
And that's where I get hung up on when people are so certain that the unknown, and they know it's an unknown, and they say it's faith. They can be so tied up in the
The certainty.
The certainty, and that's the only thing that could be right. What is our world going to look at us as, if we have one,
There you go.
in 400 years? In the beliefs of, because in my opinion, if our world does come to an end, I think it will be due to the decisiveness of the radical Christians, the decisiveness of the radical Muslims, the decisiveness of the Jewish faith, and I don't know if Mormons actually fight, but they do fight. But
Right. Yeah, I don't know that they're conscientious objectors. The Quakers, however.
Quakers, all right? Yeah. But whatever religion comes next. Because some religions aren't as old as people think they are.
And on the other hand, we're not mentioning any, again, I come back to the Eastern religions that are out there minding their own business and being peaceful as they can, build a Shinto shrine and have a nice day.
Yeah. Yeah. And, well, that's what I'm saying.
And we've completely discounted Africa.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of people there, and they may have that, and they may be going back to the more prehistoric type gods.
They have their own, like you're saying,
right,
they have their own explanation gods and stuff like that. So, what do you think our world 400 years? If I had a time machine, I'd just like to click in and just go, okay, where are we at with this whole place? But I'd be afraid to click that far ahead because we might not be there.
Right.
So,
well, I think man, whether it's via religious differences or religious fundamentalism, or whether it's industrialization and technology, any way you look at it, humanity and humankind is going to be, if the world does come to an end, we're going to be complicit in doing it, whether it's through nuclear weapons, whether it's through uncontrollable disease, whether it's, starvation. It could be just freaking AI on its own, because right now AI is really ripping the country apart, and it's going to be tough to sew it back together. Because nobody has the faith to believe in anything that they see. And if you see it on the internet, who knows if any of that's real.
And Bobby,
yeah, he's right.
Almost most religions do have something of the Great Flood,
right? Not
with Noah, but have something of, and even scientific evidence shows that there was some type of event.
Cataclysm of some nature,
event that kind of separated the
tribe, so to speak, right?
The commandments, not so much, but the golden rule,
right,
is pretty much located, is almost
just
in every
kind.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
doing to others is a great rule.
Absolutely, I think Ellen DeGeneres, wherever she may be now. Sorry, Blake, I didn't mean to bring back a past trauma.
No. It might have been a past trauma for. Because I remember that was like my most common show that I watch after being picked up on my bigs.
Yeah,
okay,
that was Big's show.
All right, but but I mean, her whole mantra. I mean, and look, and she had her issues one way or the other, but her whole mantra was just be kind, and that's not a tough philosophy.
And then she ended up not being kind to her staff.
Right, exactly. Look at Rennie Redzepi.
Yeah.
Holy shit, guy ran the most acclaimed restaurant in the world for a decade, and now, man, oh man, he can't get a job washing dishes.
Yeah.
So. It's,
all right. So ask this on Sunday. I'll ask you guys. Time machine or unlimited money? Which would you take?
Can I take the unlimited money and build a time machine?
No.
Is that a way to hedge that
you
one?
can't. You can't.
Okay.
You can't ask the genie for 3 more wishes.
That was right. Yeah, it's always that loophole you keep trying to exploit, don't you? And by don't you, I mean me, not you necessarily.
Yeah.
Well, if you take a time machine, you can go undo some of your failures or revisit, situations where you think you may have made a wrong decision, and then go back and revisit that and make a different decision. And at the end of it, you may end up in the same place regardless. So there's no guarantee there. On the other hand, if the world's going to hell and I had unlimited money, I'd be very comfortable as I watch the end of it from my bunker in Montana.
So which one are you going with?
I'll take the cash.
Taking the money. Like,
to quote the great Minnesota Vikings legend, even though Barbara Jenkins is not in the comments anymore, straight cash, homie.
Straight cash. Straight cash.
And who was that?
Yeah.
Randy Moss.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go. Okay.
yeah. And I'm the time machine.
Yeah. But
Yeah, my-
to what end?
For my own educational purposes.
Okay.
Because
But you have to
sometimes,
be careful, though.
yeah, I mean,
Right.
Prime directive.
well, I mean, and
Can't
it's
interfere.
no, well, we don't know if that's true or not. Just because Doc Brown said it.
Well, Doc Brown,
Doc
Brown, Starfleet. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, what was the
Yeah.
prime director on Star Trek? All of this stuff.
We don't know.
Anytime, you know, you change the fabric of time because
Yeah.
you know you may go back and do one thing and then all of a sudden the whole timeline changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is
So,
the question: do you go back?
That's kind of scary.
Do you go back and kill baby Hitler? You know, that's always the proverbial.
Right.
You know,
That's
the
question.
smoked one too many,
And
and then ask the question.
Yeah, and plus, but there may have been scientific studies that they prove like working with time travel may increase the chance of Parkinson's, but I haven't heard that.
Now he's just making shit up. So,
Do you know he was diagnosed with Parkinson's when he was on Spin City? That was in like 91. I just read an article today about Bill
oh
Lawrence.
yeah, I did.
it was-
I
didn't know that until
watched
today.
his documentary,
Oh,
which
okay.
is done very well by his family.
Yeah.
So
Well,
his
he's
family's
fabulous.
doing him so right.
He's fabulous.
His
And he's
family's-
doing. I mean, he is out there and he is fighting the fight, man. And he's still working. So, but I
All
didn't
right,
realize
I'm
that he had
reading
that
about
91.
Theo. Theo's an interesting cat, man.
Yep,
Yeah.
Some of these, I
a little out there.
And one big thing I would mention about Peter Thiel is he is the main backer of JD Vance.
Oh, yes.
Like he was the reason why Trump picked Vance as his vice president, and he was a major donor to his 2022 Senate campaign as well.
Oh yeah.
And because I believe Vance, after graduating from Yale, was part of Peter Thiel's venture capital firm.
All right. So right now, like the richest guys in the world, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Thiel's up there. Is it Thiel or Theo?
Peter Thiel.
It's spelled Thiel, but
Right.
I think you said Thiel, so I was like, am I
I don't know.
saying
I
it
haven't
incorrectly?
heard it pronounced by somebody other than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who in that top 10 group would you say is a proponent of Trump, and who pull up the top 10, Blake, if you don't mind.
Well, we got Musk is back being his buddy again,
Yeah, so I mean Musk is a supporter of it.
right? Thiel is
Okay, smart, brilliant guy, supporter of it.
right.
Okay,
Thiel is more JD Vance than
but
Trump.
he's still
I think.
of the
Yeah.
foundation of the group.
Yep.
All right.
You
So
give him a supporter of it.
all right. So
Bill Gates would probably be against.
Yeah. So right
Probably.
now. So right
He's
now.
more about environment.
So
Absolutely.
right now.
And
so-
medicine.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All
Sorry.
right, all right. So out of the top 10, 8 of them are Americans. Do you want me to just to skip
Just
the two?
to the Americans.
Got it.
Of
All right, all right,
the
all right.
top 8 in the U.S. world.
All right, got it. So number 8. So number 9 in the world is Warren Buffett.
Okay.
He's looking for calm, steady ships. So I don't
Mixed
know.
bag.
No.
I don't know where he would be. I wouldn't consider him ultra conservative or ultra liberal. So I'm going to give him a neutral.
So I looked him up. He identifies himself as a Democrat, though he is not a card carrying Democrat and often acts independently.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I think he's a neutral.
He lives in the district in
We're not giving the R's a point or the D's a side.
Okay.
So that's
right.
that's one neutral.
All right, number 8 in the world, Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, is an AI company.
It's an AI company, so he's probably leaning
Trump
more
made him a
towards
lot of
Trump.
money, right?
I'd say he's probably on Trump's side. Okay.
Hey.
But
Go
once
ahead.
once you pull that curtain, nobody knows who you're voting for.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I know I've lied before.
he does have a close relationship with President Trump, and has frequently visited him at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was at the inauguration, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. All right. This was an easy one. Larry Ellison.
Yeah.
Yep.
The soon-to-be new owner of CNN. That's going to work out well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 5 is Mark Zuckerberg.
I think he's leaning towards Trump too.
Easy.
He wasn't, but he did. Right.
Yeah.
He went with the money.
Yeah.
Next one, Jeff Bezos.
Trump.
All right. Let's see. Sergey Brin.
I don't know who that is.
He is
He
the
was, Google, I
the
think.
CEO of Google.
He's probably Trump's side too.
It's
I don't know.
Brennan Page, right?
Can you do a backstory on him?
He's donated to both parties before, contributed to Steve Hilton while also funding Democrats. Not widely known as a vocal partisan figure.
Let's give him a neutral.
Neutral.
Okay.
We're going to give him a neutral because I don't know if he was hard one way or another.
And it's tough to typify these guys because the stakes with which they're playing are so large that any type of legislation in their favor could make them gajillions of dollars. If you look at Amazon,
Or it can lose them.
Exactly, which is why they're going with the horse in the White House. And I promise you, if you get a Democratic president in there, the likelihood of them being up his ass or her ass is going to be just as likely.
Right.
Because
Well,
this is about economics.
I think the four that are on this our side, we're up Biden's ass pretty heavy.
All right,
Yeah.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
These two weren't so much, but those four definitely were.
All right. Next one, Larry Page.
That's the other half of Google.
Other half of Google.
Yeah.
That's also a neutral, I think.
You going to go neutral with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then obviously number one, Elon Musk.
Yeah, that kind of closes it out.
Yeah. So there was
Yeah,
really
so
like
it's five on the R side, 0 on the D side, and 3 neutral.
yeah. The only person who might have clocked who got in last year was at the end of your year list was Steve Ballmer. That could have been an easy Democrat right there.
Yep. Well, Steve Ballmer now does USA Facts.
Yes.
So he does a newsletter, a weekly newsletter that is ostensibly nonpartisan and very, very interesting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But personally, in my sports view, he is a little bit of hot water for trying to circumvent the NBA salary cap to overpay Kawhi Leonard.
again, it's all about him. All right. So now
it's about the turnstile on that one.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And right, and the winnings.
Yeah.
Right. Did we talk about the Philanthropy 50 yesterday?
I don't think so. We got about 3 minutes.
Okay, easy enough to do. The Philanthropy 50 list was the top 50 givers, I'm thinking in the country.
I was going to say, is it by percentage or by percentage of wealth or by actual raw number?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
So that does not help you, I understand.
Yeah, that was very political.
So I used to. So the top 50 people in the philanthropy list gave $22.4 billion in 2025.
Okay.
It's not broken down to where they did it overall.
Top 50.
Top 50. So the number one giver, Mike Bloomberg, gave $4.3 billion.
Okay. Good job, Mike.
Bill Gates did $3.7 billion. A lot of that went to the Gates Foundation. A lot of this is not
Well, he basically said years ago, I've got enough.
Right.
It's all going there.
Well, this is why the Giving Pledge,
Yeah.
which, by the way, people are starting to not necessarily renege on the Giving Pledge that they all signed a bunch of years ago, but they're kind of shying away from meeting the obligation. Paul Allen's estate, dead Paul Allen, gave $3.1 billion to create a foundation to focus on science and technology.
Okay.
Go Seahawks.
And Warren Buffett gave $1.3 billion primarily to the Family Foundation. The median gift given by the 50 people on the list was $105 million. The financial industry, surprisingly, gave 20 people in the financial industry. So of the 50, I've got 20, 30, six people of the 50. 20 of them were in the financial industry, and they were worth $4.1 billion. Technology industry was worth $10 billion, and that was only 12 people. And real estate was 4 people, and they were worth a mere $466.7 million. So it was just interesting to see where that money was coming
Buffett a real estate person?
from. I guess
$3
not.
billion on his own.
Yeah, 1.3 billion. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
1.3 billion. I mean, so yeah.
I would put him. I would probably put him in the financial category with
I would
Berkshire
put him in-
Hathaway.
Yeah,
I mean, I know
Berkshire
they're into real
Hathaway is
estate.
real estate. I mean,
Well, but it's also insurance. It's also Geico.
Yeah.
It's a lot of other things. I mean, he's a conglomerate.
yeah.
So,
See, I when I think of Buffett, I think of real estate. So,
and when you think of Berkshire Hathaway, you see real estate signs.
yeah.
So true. But all right,
So the top 50 givers,
$22.4 billion last year.
$22.4 billion. All
Right.
right.
It's helpful.
Yeah, it's very helpful, and this is why the 1%ers shouldn't be hated as much as they're hated.
Right.
You know,
Well-
and that's the. I mean,
Okay, but
the cures for our diseases and the money that comes to a lot of these medical researches comes from those 50.
okay, but what did you just say about Bill Gates?
Bill Gates, he
decided that
decided that he's giving it to his foundation.
he had more than enough. He has enough more than he needs.
Yeah, he's not.
Okay.
He's.
And I think
to me, he's the leader on that group because he kind of started this whole thing.
correct, the Giving Pledge and things. Yeah, exactly. And I think Buffett was in on the Giving Pledge too to start it all
Yeah,
up.
and I'm glad to see their
Backing it up.
Names are on the top.
Backing it up.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is as you said, Bill Gates said, I have enough money. I can give a lot of this away and do good with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why people look glaringly at the 1%, perceiving that they have enough money to do whatever the hell they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you need more? And why can't you contribute 3% of that to wherever you live to make other people's lives better?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not our money to take, but it certainly could be their money to give.
Mm-hmm.
So, when is enough enough?
Well, I mean, and I think it's best that they make that decision and not
Right.
other people.
Right.
So, I mean, that's where I'm at with it, and I know
You can't force somebody to do it. However,
I know the
legislations
percentage.
are doing it.
I know the
now.
percentage of time and money that I put in to some of these things.
Oh, yeah.
It's not. The percentage is different. I wish I had the ability to
Do more. Absolutely. No doubt about it. You and I
So-
both. That's why I keep trying to win the lottery, man. There's a lot of good I can be doing with that money.
Yep. All right. Well, we're over a little bit of time. We survived. Our friendship survived.
Yes, we did, and it will continue.
So I'm sorry I had to divert some of the conversation there.
That's okay. It was still a very good conversation.
And we
I think.
replaced it with religious existential talk.
There you go. That was safer because we knew we were on the same page on that.
Right, exactly.
So, all right, guys, thank
Prove
you
it,
so
right.
much. We appreciate you guys. We'll have Wager Wire tomorrow night.
Yay,
March
March
Madness.
Madness.
Yep.
There we go.